Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Untangle It All with Ella
and Emily. We're 2 hairstylists, 1 podcast, and 0 filters. We're talking hair, hustle, and everything in between.
And we're still fighting off cold.
As you can hear in Ella's voice.
Sorry about that. And just letting everyone know, if you hear any funny noises, I have my little doggie on my lap today. So she's a pug. So if you hear any funny noises, just see past it.
She's a little snorter, but she's so cute. I keep calling her baby, and Ella's getting mad at me. Like, who doesn't call their dog their baby?
She is my baby, but you're calling her little, and she's a big girl. Oh. She was the runt of her litter. Don't make fun of her
it's a sensitive subject. Poor baby. Well, today we have... Oh, my goodness. She's okay. She's okay. Today we have a mixed bag of topics, honestly.
I think these are all things we have touched on, but today we're like...
really
getting into it.
Yeah, I agree. So we're gonna go over some like education, as in like educating you if you're a client, and everyday hair struggles.
Some education.
It should be fun. Something like pricing, mistakes that we see clients make. We're going to touch on box dye, everyone's favorite controversial topic, and just different ways to communicate.
And we're going to play a fun game at the end.
Yes, we came up with a new game, so it's not the same old like this or that or whatever. We love those and we have fun, but we wanted to switch it up.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
So first we want to talk about why us as stylists, or why your stylist, charge what we do.
Mm-hmm. It can be a tricky topic.
Yeah, like for us, what is it called? Baseline? We have baseline prices because we work for a company.
Yeah, we operate as an a la carte, an a la carte. So every service you get costs something. It's not all built in. Your shampoo's not built into your haircut, where other salons, the prices are built in.
Yeah. And like everyone's like, well, that's stupid. But if you go to another salon and it's more expensive, it's because it's included.
Exactly.
Ours just isn't included. So like if you get a haircut and it's this much, but you want a shampoo, okay, it's $5 more.
Yeah, like it's $35.65 for an adult haircut, $40.25 or something to get a shampoo. Like other salons, I don't know what they're all charging. Everywhere's different, but like it's not too often you're walking in and getting a $10 haircut anymore, and we do hear that. At our salon, it's $11.50 if you get just an undercut.
Yeah,
but go
to a hair school if you want a $10 haircut.
Yeah, there was a lot of salons, like $10-$20 was normal, but that was way before inflation. That was decades ago.
We are in 2025 now.
Everything's expensive, and we're going to get into why things seem expensive, why we charge what we do.
So first, as you already mentioned, education and training. It's not cheap.
No.
To go to a school just to learn how to do hair, you have to pay for it. Mm-hmm. Coming out of school, you have to buy your tools. Mm-hmm. If you want new tools, you have to do this and that. Mm-hmm. You have to learn all again out in a salon how it works. Like, you're constantly learning.
Mm-hmm. There's some salons that actually pay for their stylists to get educated. So maybe in their prices, they might have that built into their prices, that it like evens out over the year. Say they put $1 into every service, and then that goes towards their stylist education.
Exactly.
What
is it? Time is money?
Time is money. It's true. The first salon that I worked at and I did OJT at, they actually sent us to a different province like a couple times a year. I went away 3 times in less than 6 months. Then that included a hotel stay. That was a wonderful 1 to 2 days of education. That ain't free.
That's cool.
And people may say, well, why should that get pushed off to the client? Like I said, it's going to be a very small amount that they would be include. Like, we're talking probably $1 or less that they'd be putting that in. But also, don't you want your stylist to get education?
Literally.
Like,
you want them to continue to learn.
And for any stylists who are tuning in, we should never, ever stop learning. Somebody said to me, if you feel like you're done learning as a hairstylist, it's time to hang up shears.
Yeah. It's the same, like, I used to play provincial softball. They'd say, like, once you feel like you can't get any better and you can't learn anymore, hang up your cleats.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's not to say because, oh, you're perfect, you can't do it. No, that's because you've lost the will, and it is a requirement to continue to learn. We see it in hair. Things change constantly.
Constantly.
You hear people complain that they go to hairstylists who are like super old school, and it's not knocking old school. Old school is great, but if you're not keeping up with the times, you're not keeping up with the trends, you're not keeping up with the new easy ways to do things, the new methods, then you're behind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I hear a different name for a different haircut every single day.
100%.
But then they end up being the same thing.
Yep.
But you have to learn how to take that.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to pick up your phone either to make sure you and your client are on the same page.
Oh,
Look
100%.
up inspiration pictures.
Yes.
If they say they want a shag haircut, you better be clarifying what type of shag they want. And oh my goodness, you can hear Bailey snoring. That's okay. We've bored her already. On top of education and training, like Ella said, time is money. The time and effort, like, there's so much that goes into a service. It's not just sit down in the chair, boom, get up, you're done. Like,
no, it's sit down. It's socializing. You have to use that social energy. You got to have her charged up. Ask how they're doing. Have a little conversation. What are we doing for you today?
Yeah.
What aren't you liking about your hair? What are you liking?
Yeah.
What about this picture? If they have pictures, are we liking? What aren't we liking? There's a reason us hairstylists like to drive home and from work. Wait, no. Drive to and from work in silence.
Yeah, I literally did it yesterday. I had to make 2 extra stops yesterday. It took me an hour to get home from work, and I was in silence the whole time because I had such a wild day, and I just need to decompress. But that time and effort, like Ella just talked about, she was going over consultations. Then you got to get into, if it's color, your application. Then you got to let it process. Yesterday, for example, I did a color and she processed for like 2.5 hours.
Really?
Yes. Her hair took so long to lift. I only used 10 volume and like...
Volume.
So she might have lifted quicker if I had to use 20, but like she was processing for a hot minute. So if your client is processing that long...
10 volume. Oh my
I know.
God.
But listen, I didn't... She's a first-time client. She had blonde in her hair already. And I knew that I just didn't know how long it would take. So I started with 10. And so if your client's sitting there for 2.5 hours, that's 2.5 hours that you're probably not taking in other clients. Of course, like somewhere like our salon where you're walking, we can take in haircuts while they're processing. But a lot of stylists who are booking clients, they aren't booking anybody else to come in. So you're paying for their time, and that's just a fact of life. That's so many places.
We talk about this a lot because we've had experience with it. Like, my mom works in a salon that isn't hourly. They're commission. Like, if I'm working there and I book a head of foils, I might have 3 heads of foils in my 12-hour workday, and that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's why they're so expensive, because that money that I'm making there is going towards me paying to keep my spot at my job.
Exactly. And commission can be anywhere from like 40 to 60%. It really depends on the salon, what they do. Product is even less commission if you're selling product. It can be really hard.
Wouldn't that be more? Wouldn't you make more if you're selling product?
No, I mean like, so commission on a service is usually from 40 to 60. Products are like 5 or 10% of the commission. It's very little. And I mean, honestly, I made a video last week on TikTok, and it was kind of controversial because I'm not going to get into all of it, but it was just about like canceling when you're sick.
I'm sorry. Can we just take a moment? It is raining.
Yeah, it hasn't rained.
Have we ever wanted rain more in our lives? I don't think so. And it is pouring today. What is it? September 26th. I think this is the first like full like rain more than 20 minutes we've had since July 26th.
It was.
Because that's when we made that TikTok. That's 2 months.
Yeah. And I remember my son was outside playing in the rain.
2 months to the day when, like, oh my God.
I know.
Okay, sorry. Continue. I just heard it starting to rain. I was like, oh my God.
I don't even remember.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
What were you talking about? Commission.
It's fine.
Sorry.
So on top of the application processing, then you have the cleaning up time. So in between clients, you also have to clean. So there's a lot that goes into the time and effort. There's a lot that goes into a full appointment, especially like we said, if you're commission or booth rental. Hourly, it's still, the owners still have to make money. It's just, at least when you're paid hourly as a stylist, you know you're getting
exactly
a paycheck.
So put this into perspective. Say if I have a full head of foils, it might not seem like a lot, but right there, that's at least 4 dishes you have to do. Mm-hmm. You have at least 1 bleach bowl, 1 color applicator. Mm-hmm. Then you have a toner bowl and that applicator. Then you're probably going to have comb to clean. You're going to have clips to clean. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not a quick process. You have a lot to do while you're doing it, after you're doing it, before you do it. Like, there's just so much that goes into it that just really comes down to the time and effort, and it's what you deserve. You have, as much as it sucks, you have to charge your worth. Mm-hmm. It's like, obviously, not in our salons, like, that have a base level price. Mm. But if you're making your own prices, that's when that comes into play.
Yeah. And this really ties into the point that what clients think they're paying for versus what they're actually paying for. Like, clients may think, which is totally understandable, because until you're in the salon working, you don't know, but you may think you're going in and you're paying just to get those foils on. You're just paying for the bleach, like, or the toner. You're paying for so much more than just the product. You're paying for so much more than the foils that go on.
Holy, sorry, it's pouring. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I feel like I haven't seen rain in a hot minute. No, you're paying for, like, I guess this kind of ties into our other thing too. You're paying for the tools that are being used. You're paying for product. You're paying for
rent,
the assistants if you need help. Like,
some salons are so busy that they have assistants, and the assistants, like, do the washing, the laundry, they rinse out the client. Some of them even put the toner on, but in those cases, that's because the stylist is taking multiple clients. They're not just taking one client. That's why they have assistants. But this is a reason why you also should pay attention where you're booking. And that's not to discourage you from booking anywhere that has all these. It's just, you need to take into account that if you're paying more, or you have a salon that has a deposit, you got to look at the experience they have and the type of salon they are. Like Ella said earlier, if you want a $10 haircut, go to a school.
Literally.
Well, it's because, like, there's certain levels of salons, and it's not because one is better than the other. It all comes down to the experience that you get and the experience your stylist has. There's a lot that goes into pricing.
Like, in our salon, if I'm cutting your hair from your knees to your shoulders, and then I'm cutting half an inch off, you're still paying $35.65. It's the same. You're getting a haircut. I'm using my scissors that I have to pay to have sharpened. I'm using probably my clippers, my trimmers, all of that. Like, it's, a lot of it goes in to what we have to then put into it to better it for next time.
And this is a good point, because people think and believe that just because they're getting half an inch taken off, that they shouldn't pay as much as somebody who's getting a full haircut transformation. That's not true. We still have to spray your hair down. We still have to section your hair. We still have to take our scissors out and cut.
Yeah.
It literally does not matter how much you're taking off. It matters what you're getting done. And there is stylists out there who charge by the hour. If you're somebody who's that concerned about thinking that you should pay less because you're getting less taken off or taking less time than transformation, then maybe you need to find a stylist who charges hourly. They're probably always going to charge 1 hour no matter what you get. But I mean, honestly, big transformation haircuts are the one that takes an hour. And I know it can sting if, like, I can bang out a men's haircut in 15 minutes or less. It might sting knowing that you are paying $35 and someone who might take me a half an hour is also paying $35. But that just goes to the skill level, I guess. I mean, I'm still doing the exact same haircut. Somebody else might take
Actually, you're probably doing more fine-tuning on the quicker haircuts, because men's haircuts, you're blending.
Yes.
You're taking out that heaviness, the weight line.
Yes, it's all haircuts are personable, too. Like
100%.
We have our same motions that we go through when we do haircuts, but the biggest and best tool that a hairstylist has is our mirror, because we are constantly looking in our mirror.
I was going to say our eyes, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're looking to see how that looks on the person, because that mirror, when you look in it, is showing you, like Ella said, where's the heaviness? Where's the hair sitting funny? How's that cowlick looking? Like,
and don't be afraid to ask your client. Be like, can you mess up your hair? Do what you typically do with it.
Yes, always.
Does it feel heavy here? Does it feel longer? Like,
yep.
Obviously, we'll see if it's longer, but, like, if they run their hands through it, put it where they typically do.
Yep.
What's feeling off? What's wrong?
Never let your client leave without making sure their hair's sitting where they normally sit it. A really good point that, like, I learned in the last week, I always knew it, but it really hit home for me due to personal experience, was if you are doing a curly haircut and your client straightens their hair, you better straighten their hair and straighten up those layers, because you don't know, like, and until you ask your client with curly hair, do you straighten your hair, how are you going to know what it looks like? Exactly. I mean, if they say no, that's one thing, and they go straighten their hair, then whatever, but
at least you offered.
My client, I was so glad I asked, because she had curly hair, and then it turns out she straightens it all the time. So I had to straighten her hair. And she had hair down to her butt. But I was so glad I did, because it showed the layers, the difference between the curly and the straight. So there's so much that goes into this.
And another thing, no two stylists are ever cutting the same.
No.
Not at all.
No, like everyone
doesn't
has
matter
their own
if we're doing
things.
the same haircut. Me and Emily could be side by side doing a blunt cut. I'm going to do it differently than she is.
Yep.
I watch her with her little scissors, and I'm like, your hands look so small. Well, I have my 6-inch scissors, and I'm cutting myself. Like,
yeah, I think my scissors are 5.5, and I love them.
Which is so weird, because only that 1/2 inch makes a big difference.
It does. I have a pair, I'm pretty sure they're 6. Maybe they're 6.5, but I hardly ever use them. I use them more for, like, dry cuts, like, long hair dry cuts.
Well,
I cut myself.
Yeah, my scissors I had at school were 5.75.
Yeah.
And these ones are 6. And even that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And another thing that stylists have for overhead is tool maintenance. We have someone coming in to sharpen our tools. He comes usually every 4 to 6 weeks. Most stylists have multiple tools. So
if you go to a hairstylist and they only have one pair of scissors, that's how you know they're new.
Yeah.
Like,
you collect
you
them.
see Monica, she's got a cup full of scissors.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even myself, I only have right now 3 pairs, but I've started 4 months ago.
Yeah.
You're always going to see the stockpile on your stylist station.
Yeah. And just depends on the haircut, what you use, what you're comfortable with. So when you're looking at why your stylist charges what they do, just keep these things in mind. It's the same like when you go to anybody who gives you a service. Mm-hmm. Dentists charge different prices than, like, they're not all one set price. Stylists aren't all one set price. Probably lawyers, too, aren't all one set price. But
estheticians, like literally nobody.
Exactly.
Okay, let's put this into perspective. The guy who comes sharpen our scissors, we love him. He is great.
Yep.
Takes, what, 6 minutes?
Maybe, yeah.
To sharpen the pair of scissors.
Mm-hmm.
If you do both of them, that's $80 right there.
Yep.
Took him maybe 12 minutes to do both pairs.
Yep. It's his time.
He still has to do it.
Yep.
He has to use his tools
to
make our tools better.
Exactly.
We're fine to pay it.
Mm-hmm. It's time, it's effort, it's what you're putting in.
I find, like, I'm really starting to understand these things now that I have a full-time working job.
What, like, time and effort?
Not even that, like, the price of things.
Yes, understanding why something is.
I can see, sorry guys, my voice. I can see why some people would think this is a lot. Mm-hmm. But me working in an industry that, like, tips are very much appreciated because we only get our paycheck every, like, bi-weekly. That's what you're living off of.
Yep. So the next thing that we thought we would dive into is common client mistakes that damage your hair. There is lots of things that can damage your hair. We're all guilty of it, but knowledge is power. So maybe you'll learn something new today that will help you damage your hair just a little bit less.
You can get shears, thinning shears, off of Amazon. Anyone can get them. Shears, okay. Thinning shears, if you thin your own hair at home, you do not understand how damaging that can actually be for your hair.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't just take the thinning shears out and be like, chop, 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 chop. There is a method to the madness. You don't go to the root. You don't do all of this for the reason that it can look so choppy.
Yes, and like you have little hairs poking out everywhere.
Like if you're doing that at home, you're really taking the risk of ruining your hair.
Yes, and you also see stylists who do it incorrectly, and that could ruin the hair. You shouldn't be thinning the top layer of your hair.
No, you should always have it pinned up.
Yeah, because you can see when you thin your hair, it's just a matter, like, there's nothing you can do about it. You're going to have those little hairs sticking up. But that's also why you don't go right to the root, too, because like we talked about in our last episode about split ends and the difference between them all, thinning shears can make you look like you have a bunch of split ends and broken hair. And we can tell when someone sits down if they've been a victim of over thinning, whether they do it themselves or their last hairstylist.
But then another reason why you don't do the top layer is so that when you do the bottom layer, not at the root, but like mid shafts down, if there's some of those pieces sticking up, the top layer is coming over that to cover it.
Exactly. You don't see it. Something else that can really damage your hair is over washing your hair. You can wash your hair too much, and shampoo and conditioner do change the like acidity level of your hair a little bit. And it can open up your cuticle a little bit. Shampoo, if you're doing that too much and too often, you could damage your hair. You also can get your scalp irritated. You can get dry scalp from overwashing. So you got to be really careful. Which people find weird.
How can my scalp get dry if I'm putting moisture to it?
Yeah, that's why. You're stripping out the oils too much. You're not giving your scalp chance to like develop its own oils, and those oils travel down the hair shaft.
Your natural oils are good for your hair.
Exactly. We're not talking about greasy hair, but we're talking about the natural oils, and overwashing just continues to strip those away.
Exactly.
Skipping heat protector. I've mentioned before, I was really bad for skipping heat protector. My hair was awful, and so many people do it, or they just put like a little bit in their hair. Like they don't spritz every section. You need to spritz everywhere that your hair is getting heat on it.
I'm bad for that because I rarely use heat on my hair. So my heat protectant that I like is at work.
Well, you best buy one for home.
Well, I know. The Wizard, actually, the big bottle is on sale at Maritime for $30.
Oh.
The small bottle is $25, so I took advantage of that. And the Wizard, fun fact, is a heat protectant, a detangler, all in one.
Oh, fancy. And you know what? There's lots of heat protectors out in the market today where it has like, it's called like a memory power or something to it, where if I used heat protector today, tomorrow it's still in my hair, and when I use heat it's still protecting. Like it's like long lasting. So there's no excuse anymore. We all know better. We need to do better using heat protector because heat damages your hair so bad.
Yeah,
it's really bad for your hair.
Can we take a moment of silence for 1 second?
Oh my god,
this is her snoring away. Twins.
Jinx.
Another thing that can really damage your hair is rough towel drying.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, like, everybody sheds hair.
Yeah.
My shower, when I shower.
I know, me too.
I lose hair.
Yeah.
But if you're, like, really, really rough when you're towel drying your hair, just think of the hair that you're breaking off while you're doing that.
Because your hair is so fragile when it's wet.
Yep.
One of the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen books, when I was growing up, I read it. And in it, they talked about it, and it stuck with me forever. Like, you need to squeeze your hair gently with your towel. Don't be rough drying it. Even putting your hair in a towel on top of your head can be too rough. Like, the twisting, I know, we're all guilty of it. I use a hair towel. I try to be gentle, but you really got to be careful when you're towel drying.
I give myself a good, like, flip my head back and forth a couple times.
Oh, God, I can't do that. My hair is so thick, she'd poof out right away. Something else that can damage your hair is do-it-yourself trims. Especially when you're using scissors that aren't sharpened shears made for your hair.
Kitchen shears are not hairstylist shears. There is a difference. They're so thick.
So
choppy. Like,
yes, it's not good. And I mean, listen, if you're going to do your own trims at home, get yourself at least a pair of hair shears. Like, we'd rather you go to a hairstylist, but if you're going to do it at home, we're going to tell you how to do it right. Like,
exactly.
Get some good shears.
Brad Mondo.
Yeah, Brad Mondo. Get yourself on some tutorials. Just make sure you're using the proper tools, because you can really damage the ends. I don't know.
Make sure.
Oh, God. Use proper tools.
Yeah.
And that goes into our next point.
Yeah. Using the wrong products or tools for your hair type.
Exactly. What Ella needs for her hair is not what I need for my hair.
Like,
and that's everybody.
I have a very unpopular opinion, and every time, especially when I talk about it to Sam, we're like so 100% opposite.
What?
I can't get on the Moroccan oil train. I am not a fan. My hair is too thin. Even because I don't use it, the smell of it, like, I don't like the hand lotion or the body spray.
Oh my God.
Just because I'm just so not used to it. Because my hair...
Have you tried the light version?
I've tried it all. It just doesn't work for my hair.
Too heavy, yeah.
And see, that is okay to realize what works and what doesn't work for your hair.
100%. People need to know what works for their hair and don't.
But now Emily and Sam could use a bucket of Moroccan oil and be fine.
As hairstylists, we also need to listen to our clients, because if our clients tell us that something doesn't work in their hair, we cannot be forcing it on them.
No.
So if someone sat in my chair and they don't like Moroccan oil, I'm not going to turn around and make them use Moroccan oil.
If someone sits in my chair and they don't use product, I'm not going to put anything in their hair without asking. And if they don't want anything in their hair, they're not going to get anything in their hair.
I will draw the line. I mean, if they really want me to put heat in their hair without a heat protector, fine, but I'm heavily trying to educate them and be like, listen, I will show you, I'll fry your hair right now. Like, let me put a little heat protector in. But I'm the same as Ella. Like, we always ask our clients, even just for haircuts, do you want any product in your hair? If they say no, that's that. Literally.
Exactly. It shouldn't be, are you sure?
Yeah, like, that's cool. No worries.
And it's the same thing. Like, we offer hot towels. It's the best part about the haircut. It really is. Yeah. So when someone says no, I'll just be like, are you sure it is the best part? And then a lot of time they're like, okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes they think it's like taking extra of our time and they don't want to keep us.
Exactly.
But like, that is part of the service that you're paying for.
Yeah.
But if someone's like, no, you're like, are you sure it's the best part? And they're like, no. That's it.
100%.
The only time actually I think I'm like, are you sure it's the best part? Is when they're like, no. Like when they're thinking about it. If they're just like, no, I'm okay.
Oh yeah.
They're okay.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. Make sure you're using tools on the right heat setting. Like we talked about last week, I think with Sam, we said we turn her up to like 400 for our hair, but that's not everybody's hair.
Don't listen to what we do and then how are we saying this? Don't do what we do. Listen to what we're telling you to do.
Do as we say, not as we do. Is that what you're trying
maybe
to say?
that thing. Yep.
Yeah, so if your hair is fine, if you have like really fragile hair as is, don't be turning your styling tools up really, really high. And even if your hair is strong and you're using it on high heat, use it quickly. Don't be holding and clamping the tool in the same spot for a long time and letting your hair burn.
I'm just kidding. She's quick with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like your hair should not be so hot you can't touch it. That's a bit too much. All these things can contribute to damaging your hair, and I mean, it goes without saying, coloring your hair at home can damage it, but we would like to enlighten you a little bit on what you can do at home and why box dye is so controversial.
Honestly, though, I would rather someone box dye their hair at home than bleach their hair at home.
Yeah, same. Like, bleach is very hard on your hair, and it's very scientific.
Do y'all know what bleach is?
Yeah.
Like, there is a reason why we went to school to learn how to use bleach.
Barbers?
Like, it's a chemical.
Yes.
Your hair can come out, fall off.
Barbers are not allowed to use chemicals, and that's because barbers... Well, I'm talking about PEI. I don't know about the rest of the world. I don't know how they operate, but on PEI... Barbers don't have an association. Yeah. They do not have to have a license. So anyone can become a barber.
You just get your training in how to cut, but...
Yeah, and that's training from, like, another barber that you work under, whatever. But the reason that they can't do color is because they're not licensed. They didn't go to school to learn it. color is a chemical service, and chemical services are chemicals. There's a lot that goes into them. We may make it look easy at times, but there's a lot that goes.
It's because we've learned
it. Exactly. We learned. We spent 1,200 hours in school, and a lot of it was about chemical services. At
our school here, we learn a lot about it, but the hair coloring and hair cutting, but especially coloring and chemical services, like, you have to take a theory test at the end of the year to pass, but you have to pass each test in your course. But if you don't pass each test, you can still pass the course. But that is one test that if you don't pass, even on a redo, you can't complete the course. Yeah. You have to pass that course.
Yeah, you have to have your knowledge in chemicals, because you can do so much damage to people's hair, people's scalp, people's skin, their health. It's not this. The biggest myth is that box dye is the same as hair color as salon.
It's not.
It's not. Every box dye that you get on the shelves. Okay. I guess if you go to Sally's, this may not apply. But if you're just going to the grocery store or whatever, shoppers, box dye is permanent hair color. There is multiple types of hair color. There's demi-permanent, semi-permanent, permanent, fashion colors.
Really? The only time I use, I think, permanent is when I'm doing gray coverage. A lot of the time I'm only using a demi.
Exactly. In the salon, we're only using a permanent hair color if you have gray hair or you have virgin hair and we're trying to lift the hair color without bleach.
Yes.
Because color cannot lift color. So if you already have any color on your hair, and I don't care if you put color on your hair 10 years ago.
It's still there.
If you have long hair, especially, chances are you have color on your hair. From that hair on the end of your hair could be 10 years old. Color just doesn't go away. Even if it fades or you color over it, that color is still there.
Yeah.
So when you go and you put permanent color on your hair or you put bleach on your hair, it has to eat through those layers and layers and layers of hair color, especially bleach, before it gets white or yellow, whatever you're going for. You can't doing that at home. I know there's the exception. There is some people that have success at home, but either they're really educating themselves or they're really lucky, because it is so unpredictable.
Let's put it this way. We wouldn't offer it as services if it was something as easy as you can do it yourself.
Exactly. And I mean, there is
we wouldn't be charging people
that are a little bit easier. If you're a very simple root touch-up, you let your roots only grow a 1/4 to 1/2 an inch, and you're slapping on hair color at home, fully gray, permanent hair color, just on that root regrowth.
Okay, cool. What?
Cool. You probably can do that. That's one of the easiest services that you can do. If we're doing a salon service and you want to talk about the easiest, that's probably it. Mm-hmm. If we're lucky, they only have a 1/4 inch to 1/2 an inch regrowth. Sometimes and when somebody comes in and they have 1 inch or more hair growth, that's a color correction. That's not a simple root retouch. That's now a color correction, because the further away from the root you get, you're more and more and more unpredictable on how that lift is going to be, because you don't have the heat from your scalp.
Yep. If you're doing a full head of foils, again, there's a reason why we're trained in it.
Yeah.
There's a reason that we're using different volume developer for each section. While I'm doing my back section, I'm probably only using 10 or 20. When I get to my sides, I might move into 30. I don't use 40.
No,
most of the time,
never used 30
most
myself.
of the time I'm 10, and then I'll move to 20.
Yeah.
I know some people who are really quick, when they get to the sides, will use 30. But the higher the volume, the quicker your hair is going to lift. So if I'm using 10 for my back, by the time I get to my sides, if I'm using 20, it's so that by the time my 10 is done, my 20 is catching up to it. Yep. You can't leave the foils on the hair all day. You need to take them out when they're processed.
You'll see it a lot of times. We start pulling out the first foils we put in before it's time to wash you out, because we know we don't want the hair to get more damaged. No. We don't want the hair to over-process.
You'll see them spraying conditioner, because... what is it? Dry lightener is dead lightener? Is that what it is? So, if we're spraying conditioner and pulling that lightener out, it's not processing anymore.
Exactly. The other thing that comes with bleaching your hair and lifting it is the undertones. Everyone has undertones in their hair. Even if you're blonde, you have an undertone.
Mine's super red.
Oh, mine's so red, too. Yeah. So I'm pretty much, I don't think I could ever get my hair to be a really cool white blonde.
I would pull orange.
Me too. I always pull orange. Like, I go to maybe a level 8, and I've double bleached my hair, and I still couldn't even get it to a 9. It was wild.
And then I have my best friend who I get her to a beautiful 10 every time.
Same as my mom, and she has kind of dark hair too, and she has color, but it's so unpredictable. It's so different. Then you got to go into, like, color theory. Color theory took a long time to catch on to, and even
I'm still catching on to it.
Yeah, like, color theory, then you got to do your formulations. We sound like chemists when we're doing formulating.
And I hated chemistry.
Like, coloring at home is such a risk. And I know that there's probably people listening who had success at home and did it. Great, proud of you. But that is not what the everyday average Joe should be doing. You need to be coming to a professional.
And before people say, oh, you're just saying this because you want more clients to make more money, we're not.
No.
We're saying this because we don't want you to come in with a chemical haircut because half your hair fell out, and we don't want to have to fix that for you by chopping your hair off. We want your hair to be the best and healthy as it can be.
I had a client who just came in the other day, actually. Her hair was green and yellow.
Oh, no.
Because she tried to bleach her hair at home. It turned green. And then she went and she bought brown box dye. And she slapped just this typical brown box dye on her hair. And it turned an even more, like, murky green with some yellow near the roots. And she's like, oh my God, like, what happened? And it's like, I can't go into all the reasons why this happened.
Color theory.
There's about 10. But that's fine, and no judgment whatsoever. Like,
not at all.
No, like, we're not judging you. We literally care about your hair and the health of your hair and how it turns out, how you have to walk around. And when you come in for a correction, that's going to cost you so much more. If you had just come in and got the original service, it would have been way cheaper than walking around having to get green hair fixed.
Like, doing... What's our most expensive thing? Probably a full head of highlights on
I think fashion colors.
Really?
Because it's a double process.
True.
You have to bleach their hair, then you got
that, or even long hair, you're doing full head foils. Anything that's super expensive in our salon, I probably would be willing to say you're paying double that if you're coming to get a color correction.
100%, because we gotta do a bunch of work.
You have to strip the color first with a color remover. Then you gotta do all the process again. You have to make sure that your hair is still on your head.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it there. And then you get into where you have to do different parts of their hair with different formulas because they got multiple colors going on.
Banding.
You can't just, like, if somebody comes in with multiple colors on their hair, you can't just slap, like, say, a brown on top of it and it's all gonna look brown. You have to use different formulas to cancel out different tones. Like, there's so much that goes into color, and people just, they really think, oh, it's just so easy. It's not easy. It really isn't easy.
If you've ever seen someone's hair and it looks like they have, like, 3 different colors, that's not on purpose. That is called banding.
Yeah.
That means either, like, they've done it themselves, or, like, they've had a bad color where someone maybe didn't strip the color properly, things like that. And that's another thing. It can look like you have, like, ombre hair.
Yep. And usually that's not on purpose.
No.
Some close shade matches are they're something you could also do at home. Like, if you have access to, like, a Sally's or somewhere that sells semi or demi permanent color, and you're just shifting from one brown to another, that's something else you probably can get away with at home, especially a semi or a demi, because they're more gentle on your hair.
Yeah.
But again, that's going to require you to know some knowledge about color theory, and usually those stores do have, like, associates who will help you and hopefully help you color match. But just remember, they're not all hairstylists either. They're going off of their limited education as well.
Yeah. Again, I would so rather someone put box dye on their hair than bleach. Like, that's the biggest thing I can say. Like, when I see people bleach their hair at home, like, it gives me butterflies, because I'm like, I fear you're going to start pulling clumps of your hair out.
Yeah.
There's only a certain amount of time that you can keep bleach on your head for. Mm-hmm. There's only so much you should be putting on your hair.
Exactly. And you got to be careful. And then that goes into The importance of honesty during a consultation.
We are not going to judge you. Please be honest. Because if you are not honest, and then when we open a foil and your hair is green and blue, you're going into a color correction, babe. Like, sorry.
Yeah, you just got yourself a whole lot extra added to your appointment. Just be honest. And like we said earlier, that's like going back 5-10 years. Like, you need to tell us how long you've been coloring your hair, what you put on there, how much you've cut off. So you really got to be honest with your stylist, and we're not doing this to judge or berate you or give you a lecture. We're simply doing it to make sure we're able to get you what you want that day and be realistic about it.
Exactly.
If you had black box dye on your hair 4 years ago and you're coming in to get blonde, we just need to know that so that we can be realistic on whether we can get you to that platinum blonde you're looking to get at, or is this going to be multiple steps? It's also so we save you money, like Ella said, where we don't get into the middle of a session and realize, oh my God, this is turning from a $200 service to a $600 service.
Literally.
Yeah. So there's a lot that goes into box dye, coloring your hair, chemical services.
Like, the only people we're ever judging is I'm judging Emily.
Yeah, I'm judging Ella.
We're just kidding.
We just judge each other.
Guys, please don't ever be nervous to tell the truth to your stylist.
No.
That is honestly what we appreciate.
Yeah.
We're never going to be like, oh my God, you did what?
Yeah.
We're going to be like, all right, cool. So this is what is... Sorry, I don't have words at 10 o'clock in the morning. This is what's, like, when something... You can do it.
Realistic.
Yeah, that word.
Yes, it's to say if it's realistic or not. Now, in saying this, obviously there's going to be some stylists out there who do judge, who do make those comments, because we do hear and see the stories from clients who say that happens.
Yeah.
But in that case, you should probably find a new hairstylist.
Absolutely.
Because every one of us are taught in school. I don't think there's schools out there that are teaching you aren't teaching you compassion. We are taught compassion in school. Like, we're taught that you need to not judge people. So if you do find yourself in the chair of someone who is judging you, who is being mean, making remarks and making you feel down about yourself, get up and walk away.
Go somewhere else.
Honestly,
sorry, that's all I gotta say.
No, seriously, because that's just not right. That's not cool. We're
honestly
all human.
The first thing we were taught in school was the client relationship starts at the shampoo bowl.
Yeah.
That was a question on our theory test, where the client relationship starts. Now, the way they word it makes it sound kind of like, oh, really? But, like, if your haircut is 80% good, but your shampoo is 100% good, there's probably, what did I just say? 100% good, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a 90% chance they're coming back to you.
Yeah.
Because of that shampoo.
Exactly.
And then the haircut's going to be even better next time.
Exactly. So talking to your stylist is really important, like we mentioned. You need to be super open and honest with your hairstylist, and vice versa, the hairstylist with the client.
Like, I'm not promising you, if you have black box dye 6 months ago, that I can get you to a level 10.
No.
I'm going to tell you what's realistic.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get you to a level 7, some nice warm caramel highlights.
Yeah. And
we can do this as a process over the next year.
Exactly. One thing that I'm going to say is you need to bring inspiration pictures, even for your haircuts.
Please.
I have clients pull out inspiration pictures for their haircuts all the friggin' time. Even a simple men's cut. I appreciate it. Like, I need to see that we are on the same page, because everybody, like, when I think of red and you think of red, we could be thinking of 2 different shades of red.
I could be thinking, like, a nice, warm, like, fall auburn leafy red. Yeah. You could be thinking fire truck.
Exactly. So you need pictures to clarify. Pixie cuts. There's 100 different pixie cuts.
Mullets.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, I think my biggest fear is when someone sits down for a color and they're like, I'm leaving it up to you. I'm like, no. I don't know.
My phone out immediately.
Do you want blonde? Do you want brown? Do you want green? Do you want purple? Like, no.
No, we are immediately pulling out the phone and Pinterest, and we are same as when someone says, I want to be blonde. Okay. There's 100 different shades of blonde.
white blonde? Do you want to be like a nice gold, not yellow, nice golden blonde, teddy bear blonde, strawberry blonde? Like, y'all.
Exactly.
Give us something
even
to
brown,
work with.
copper, like we could go on and on. Everything, same as highlights. Someone says they want highlights. Okay, well, we don't just slap highlights in the exact same way every time. We have so many different foil placements. We need to know, do you want chunky highlights? Do you want fine highlights? Do you want baby lights?
Do you want low lights?
Yeah.
Like, what are you actually wanting?
What are you liking in that picture? Do you like the dimension in the picture? What color? Like, literally, we could go on here for the next hour, but there's so much that goes into it. That is why consultation is so, like, crucial. That is why talking to your stylist, showing pictures.
Like, that is my red flag, though. If someone says, do whatever you want, my awareness goes up, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, that's a trick. You also need to really talk about your lifestyle. What you do. Do you work out? Do you wear your hair up? Do you braid your hair? Like, do you wash your hair? How often? We got to talk about your lifestyle, because your lifestyle determines what you do with your hair. We're not going to give a bunch of layers to somebody who loves perfect French braids or braids, because they're going to stick out.
If someone wants only a half head of foils, but they wear their hair up all the time, we're going to adjust how we do that half head. Exactly. We're going to give you a couple on, is that what it's called?
Line.
Your ponytail line. Yeah.
Because when you put your hair up, you're going to look super dark without it.
It's going to look like you have two different colors.
Exactly. If somebody only wants a half head of foils, but the picture that they're showing looks like their hair is really blonde, even when they have it pulled over their shoulders to the front, well, that's not a half head of foils, because underneath is going to be really dark. So this is just where the lifestyle and talking about what you want comes in. Your budget. You gotta talk about your budget right away.
Absolutely. Because
if you're showing us a picture that is like $400 worth of work, we aren't giving that to you for $150. You're not getting much for $150 nowadays. Like, if you have long hair,
an all over color maybe, but highlights
no, highlights are starting 200 or more starting. Like, that doesn't even include
unless you have like
a short hair.
Pixie hair.
Exactly. But you got shoulder length hair or longer. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is nowadays. That's the price. That's the overhead. Everything we talked about earlier.
But again, maybe a $350 service could be cut into $250 because you want a full head, but you can't afford it. Okay, we can do a half head with a couple on your ponytail line.
Yep.
Honestly, people think the more foils, the brighter. Not always the case.
No.
Your placement can really accentuate the blonde.
And that's what makes a good hairstylist, because when somebody gives us their budget and we know it's way underpriced, we're not going to... This goes back to being compassionate. You can't laugh at them and make them feel like, oh my God, you're never... No, we say, okay, so this isn't realistic. Let's talk about what we can get you in your price range so that you are happy, you feel fresh. Let's do this.
And this is what we think. Everyone's like, oh my God, they're bitches. Like, the amount they charge.
Yeah.
But you don't understand. We will do our best to work with what you can afford and give you the best that we can.
Exactly. That's where we go into pictures.
We are nice.
Exactly. And this is where a consultation can turn into a half an hour ordeal, and that goes back into price. Into time and money. And we love it. It's part of our job. It's like, you ask any hairstylist, and 9 times out of 10, we're going to say the biggest thing that we love about our job is making other people happy. We 100%. Love having people be happy with their hair. Your hair is a big deal in your life. We want you to be happy with it. Like Ella said, fuck that hairstylist. If you have a hairstylist who is making you feel guilty or judging,
come see us.
Come see us. Come fly to PEI. We'll take care of you.
You know what? Yesterday was my day off. I got my nails done. I got my legs waxed. Like, that makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. I went to see, shout out Aslan. She says she watches all of our podcasts, so we'll see.
Hi, Aslan.
I went to school with her. She was on the aesthetic side. I was there for probably 4.5 hours. You might be thinking, what? Why? Poor girl. I picked a color that just would not cure for her. Mm-hmm. So every time we put it under the light, it was just not curing. But it was my day off. I was her last client. We talked. We had good conversations. We had a good time. Mm-hmm. She knew she was making me feel better on my day off. Mm-hmm. I knew I was her last client of the day. Like, we enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah.
never should a person who's doing your service make you feel like you are taking their time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I have someone booked in my chair, okay, you're who I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Not Susie, who's coming in 3.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
You are who I am doing right now.
Yeah.
My attention is to you.
100%. I agree. Those are just some ways to talk to your stylist. It is super important, like we said. You need to come in with pictures. You need to be realistic. We need to decode any stylist lingo, like we said earlier, like toner, layers, balayage, like all that stuff. We're going to clarify what that means to you, what that means to me. Make sure we're on the same page. Because I swear to God,
there is 3 different meanings for each word.
Yeah.
At least.
If you find yourself going to a stylist who isn't going that in depth and they aren't clarifying, make sure you should clarify that they understand what you're asking for, because it's going to really suck if you sit there for 3.5 hours and you come out with the wrong highlights or the wrong color. Like, that just sucks for everyone involved. It's a waste of time and money. Start off really good.
Exactly. Like, consultation. There's some people who will book in one day to have a consultation to come get their hair done next week. Mm-hmm. And they might sit there for an hour and just talk to you. That is okay. That is what we want. Mm-hmm. We want you and I on the same page 1,000% in every part of the process.
100%. I agree. Well, I think it's time for a fun game. What do you think?
I think so too.
Today's game, I don't even know the name of it, but...
like a categories almost?
Yeah. We are going to pick a random letter. Ella's gonna...
get my Siri out here.
Yeah, she's going to ask Siri to tell her a random letter, and then we're just going to start saying, are we going to do only hair-related stuff with that letter?
I was thinking we do
What's
3
the category?
Rounds.
Okay.
I say we do 3 rounds. Because I put here, whoever loses the best out of 3, then has to do something. I have it written down here.
Oh, okay.
But I would say, like, the first round, we just do anything.
Okay.
Second round... we do hair. Third round.
Food.
Okay. Sure. 1 second. Let me get my Siri. Or should we just do like a wheel generator?
Sure. Whatever works. Yay. This is fun. Bailey's waking up. We're all ready.
I'll just ask. Hey Siri, pick a random letter in the alphabet. Uh-oh. There's a problem. Please try again. Okay. Rude.
Oh my God.
Hey Siri, choose a random letter in the alphabet. Random letter in the alphabet. P.
P. Okay.
So
who's going to go first?
Anything. And this is like, if you longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
You're out. I'll go. Pumpkin.
Princess.
Pizza.
Pie.
Puppy.
Pickle.
Podcast.
No, what I was going to say, I can't say. No.
Penis.
No. Okay, move on.
Okay, you might be able to do more than 3 rounds. Jesus, if that's how quick it's going to go. Okay, 1 point for Ella. What were you going to say?
Porn. I don't know why it came to mind. I was under pressure and
or I was thinking
me.
like a pussy cat.
Oh, yes.
All right, this one's going to be hair related. Hey, Siri, pick a random letter in the alphabet. Hey, Siri, pick a letter in the oh my God. Pick a letter in the alphabet. I'm gonna punch her.
Yeah, it's because it's Apple.
Pick a letter in the alphabet. L.
L. Okay. Am I going to start or you?
Sure, and it's hair. Okay.
Layers.
Fuck. So license.
Length.
Lots of hair.
Lice.
Ew. Life.
Locks. I win.
That was a hard one.
It was L for hair. I don't know.
Life.
Luster. Luxury. Luxurious.
Do you want to do another one with hair wise, or do you want to do food first and just kind of go?
Sure.
Hey Siri, pick a letter in the alphabet. Can you try yours, please?
I don't have Siri. I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT. Z. Oh my God.
Oh dear Jesus, no.
Okay.
Or we just can't do food for that one. Just
zucchini. M.
Okay.
Okay.
Monza sticks.
Marinara sauce.
Mashed potatoes.
I don't know.
Guys, we're doing real good.
All right, I think that we should just do the 3 rounds. Who won?
No, let's do best out of 5. Let's do 2 more.
Okay.
Hey Siri, J. We'll just do anything for this one.
Okay.
Juice.
Joystick.
Jaguar.
Job.
Jenny.
Jello.
Jumping.
Jack.
Jumping jacks.
Joy.
Jingle bells.
I don't know.
You're not very good at this.
No. I get under pressure. Sometimes I'm good under pressure, sometimes I'm not. Okay, last round, and then tell me what we gotta do. Because I think I'm losing.
No, right now it's 2-2.
Oh.
It's gonna be... Oh, wait, no, I just got that point,
Yeah.
didn't I? Yeah, okay, so you're gonna lose. But let's do one more for fun, hair-wise. What's I think would be a good letter? Hey, Siri, pick a random letter. Z. She picked. Pick a random letter. P.
Porous.
People.
Picking your hair color.
Picky.
Pie section.
That was hard.
Yeah, it was.
Well, unfortunately, I still won. It's not a bad thing. I wrote, loser of most rounds has to tell their worst haircut you've ever had.
That I've done?
No, that you've had on your head.
I specifically remember as a child that I asked for a trim and they cut it up to like my chin. And I have, like we've always said, I have super thick. Like when I say I have thick hair, it stands like a foot away from my head when it dries.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like an afro. I was mortified. I couldn't even put it up. I don't eat, yeah, like there was nothing I could do. Thankfully I did have a straightener, but that back then, like it didn't flatten my hair very well, so it was still puffy. The layers were awful. I cried for days. I was probably like 10, maybe 11. It was very traumatic.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I want to tell mine even though I didn't lose. I had the Dora haircut when I was in grade 3. It was right up to my chin. I had the straight across bangs. It was beautiful.
God. Thankfully I didn't have bangs with mine, but yeah, not good.
I want to add in one thing before we do our little outro here. Not that we're running out of ideas. We got lots of ideas. But since we've had a couple people comment, please give us some what you want to see.
Yeah.
Even if it's not talking about hair. Let us know.
Let us know. We'd love to talk about it.
Yes.
So however tangled your day may be, we hope to have smoothed a few strands. Remember, you're doing your best.
Send us your stylist stories, confessions, or any questions for us to answer. Catch us next week on Untangle It All with Ella
And Emily.
Bye.
Bye.